Avocado.
I think that is what we humans always assume. We have time. We really don't. So the little time that you have, make it count. Don't just be wasting time and doing nothing and thinking you have tomorrow or the day after that. Because, boy, you don't. You really don't. And I do have times that I just want to lie down in bed and do nothing.
Of course. Hey everyone, Rodney here. You're welcome to The Young God, a podcast for gods. My guest is a young lady with unbelievable beauty, strength, and sense. She has been in and out of hospitals since she was 4 years old, suffering from all kinds of ailments. But late last year, she was declared healthy for the first time in forever. She's from Sokoto State and based in Sokoto State, but she has business interests that bring her down to the capital every now and then. So we stole this opportunity to talk about her new lease on life, her new business, her current business, pretty privilege, among other things. But as you listen, look out for little nuggets scattered throughout the conversation, such as when she said, and I quote, "There was a time that death was the only thing I was looking forward to." God damn. Or, and I quote, "My traumas fastened my growth." Close quote. I felt that shit. Hard to believe that she's only 23. She's been through a lot, but you wouldn't even guess just by listening to her. And that's what I love the most about her. That's what I think makes her a god, and that is why she's on this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Sadiya Taheer. Let's get it. Right now, Sadiya and I, we're in my living room at my apartment, and she looks comfortable as hell in a brown shirt, brown belt, boyfriend jeans. So, how are you really?
I'm okay.
Really? Not okay. How are you really? Like, what's going on health-wise? Because I knew that. Yeah, for like longest time you've been going through stuff.
Yes. So I had my last procedure last year. I think we had this conversation, right? I told you that. I think when after the procedure we met and we talked about it. Yes. I'm a lot better. Taking it one step at a go. Yeah. There are a few things that do come up every now and again, but they're manageable.
Yeah.
They're manageable. Yeah.
And how are you enjoying life now that you're well now? There was a time like you couldn't really like.
Yeah, I was half paralyzed too. So.
Yeah, half paralyzed, both physically and mentally, because.
Yeah. Mentally, I was a wreck too.
But now you're glowing, you're smiling.
Yeah. I feel good. I mean, there are days that you do feel down a lot but I think how I measure things is I have more good days than bad days, which is, anyone can hope for that.
Yeah.
And it's the best that anyone can do, really. You can't say that you have all good days or all bad days.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So, where's your head at now?
Where's my head at right now? It's in here in this podcast right now.
Okay, you're in the moment, huh?
Yeah, it's right here.
In the moment. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So, where do we even begin? So, what's 2020 saying? What's going on with work?
Yeah, so I'm still doing PR for brands and companies and hotels. That hasn't changed. Work is fine. That is my work. I have Taheer agency.
Mm-hmm.
So I launched the agency last year, and it's going well, alhamdulillah. It's really going well, alhamdulillah. Signing a new client next week. Also, I'm going to Sokoto. I'm going back to Sokoto this Thursday. I'm opening up a coffee shop. Yeah, I'm really happy about it. It's not just a coffee shop. It's more than just a coffee shop.
Do tell. How so?
So it's going to be cozy, just very, very cozy place. I'm decorating it myself, which is exciting. I'm almost done decorating it. In fact, I'm just going to put out the finishing touches when I go, and then we'll open. And you come, you have tea, you have coffee, you have any beverage that you want, and yeah, any food that you want, that is breakfast, or of course not like food. But more importantly, it's a place that you can just come and feel at home, because that's the whole decor that we are going for. So yeah, I am really excited about that project. I want to see it finished, done, and I want to look at it. Like even now when I go to the site and I look at it, I just go like, wow. I
Proud
like
of
it.
yourself.
Yeah, that too. But I like it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, I mean, man, I don't know. I can't get enough of you northern women who are just like, I mean, all kinds of women are doing all kinds of things, but
Yeah.
whenever I have northern women on my podcast, especially the ones I've had, you know the people I've had on here now, Aisha Shuaibu, Aisha Sambo, Nadine Ibrahim.
Nadine Ibrahim, I really love her.
I know. Everyone loves her, you know?
Yeah. And Aisha Shuaibu too.
Yeah.
But Aisha Sambo is one of my favorite people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I tell her this. I remember when I sent her a message, I just woke up. Because anybody that knows me, like is close to me, I tell them how much I love her.
Mm.
Yeah, because she's such a good person.
Yes, she is.
So I sent her, I woke up one morning, I think it was at night. I sent her a message telling her how much I love her. No, she's just such a good person. Like, it's hard not to like her.
Yes. From the first day
Really
I met
hard
her,
not to like her.
up until today, it's almost like 3-4 years since we've known each other.
Yeah.
And she's always been good to me. She's always come through for me.
And unproblematic too. Can you mention how very unproblematic she is?
You know, she's referred clients to me. She has she's had me come and speak to kids at her school.
She's incredible, really.
She's doing her creative work, her school work, her business work, her NGO work. So, what's the name of your coffee shop gonna be?
We don't have a name yet.
Why not?
I don't know. Like I don't know what I'm going to call it. I was thinking about the alphabet K, because I love letter K. But then no.
Why K?
A lot of people just I love it. I just like the letter K. And it's in physics it means constant. So it's I just like when I put it there, it's like it's constant. I just feel like the things are going to be constant.
Things have been constant.
Like, yeah, it's okay. So let me explain it to you. Like the coffee shop, say I call it K, and I go with the analogy that is K, the letter K. In my head, the mindset is going to be like, okay, this is what it is. It's going to be constant. I'm going to try my best to work hard to make it be there.
Forever and ever, to be constant.
To be constant. I'm not going to start and just change my mind about it. No, I want to do it. It's not going to be a pet project. Do you get? So that's what the letter K means to me, signifies to me.
Right.
But yeah, I can use it. It's just a letter K. People, it's not going to resonate. It's not catchy. Unless I tell this whole, and it's boring. I can't be telling people this story, K, every time.
Why not?
Every time a customer comes, why is your shop going to be letter K? Like, okay, this is the story behind. It's too much. Come on now.
Here's the thing. Here's what you can do. Like, and I feel like you're underestimating that story. That story is really, really nice to hear. So what you could do, so you don't have to repeat it every time, is maybe have it printed on the menu. Maybe to be the first thing people see, so you can read it and like understand. Do you get what I'm saying? And then maybe put it somewhere on the wall. I don't like. There's ways you can make that stick. And if you call it the K Cafe or Cafe K, or there's so many things, like you can make the K instead of using the C usually.
I don't use C.
Like, C for the cafe or coffee, the C that starts. You can put K instead. So it's a K, then AFE, or K. Like, there's so many ways you can.
That is true.
Make it your thing. Like, K.
I'll think about it.
Own it, sis.
I'll think about it.
Like, if you really think about it, there's a lot of ways you can, let that K be a big part of the branding of the place. I mean, what, babe? I support this. Please find a way to put that K.
To incorporate the letter K.
On the website, you have the story of why it's called K. And all these things matter because, like, it's what people use to connect. to brands.
Yeah.
These stories, these things that are very personal. So you can't just like throw it away because it doesn't make sense initially. Let them ask. Let them ask, and you know what? You tell them if they ask. Shit, what is this? What is the? First of all, it's my favorite letter. That's fucking dope. And then you go from there. Do you get?
I don't think I'm dorky. Why do you have a favorite letter? Nobody has a favorite letter.
People have a favorite letter. I just never thought of using it for anything. But I have a favorite letter.
What's your favorite letter?
M.
Why?
I just like the way it goes like that. Like it has like peaks and valleys, you know?
Yeah, it goes up when it comes down.
Yeah, so it's
Oh, I like that.
and that's how life is. Life has ups and downs, and you just ride it like
Yeah.
that. And that's it. So shit. People have favorite numbers. I have a favorite symbol tattooed on my hand right here.
Yeah.
Like you're not geeky. Own it. And that's what Shushi stands for. Own it. And you're out here doubting your brilliance. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. So
Okay, so I might actually use the letter K. I'll think about it.
yeah, think about it. You know, speak to Shushi. Tell her. I don't know if you talk to her about that kind of stuff, but you know, see what she says. Talk to your mentors. But you know what? Don't talk to anybody. Some things you just know in your heart of hearts, and you do that shit. Because if you talk to people, either they will tell you what you want to hear, or they'll tell you what you don't want to hear. You get. But no one can really see it how you see it. So,
Yeah.
and also K stands for potassium. So,
That's true.
um,
I don't know why that is necessary though. But that is true.
yeah. Speaking of K, Kobe.
I don't think we want to talk about this right now.
I want to talk about Kobe. Kobe was a hero, a legend, a god in everything. To me, to many people.
Not to you, to everyone. I don't want to say to many people, to everyone.
To everyone.
He represents the symbol of hope. Symbol of, it doesn't, you work hard, you get it. There's no like two ways about it. You do the grind, you do this. You inspire people. You help people from the little that you have up. And he was everything. He was there. He was at his peak.
He was constant.
Bless up.
Committed.
He stands for everything that is good.
Yeah.
And he helps people. I think that is one of the things that, because it doesn't matter. I've never met him. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have never met him, but he's helped a lot of people. He's given a lot of people hope, inspiration.
Yeah.
It's just really sad.
It is, and then his, you know what it's like for me. He had this amazing career, right? Mm-hmm. And then you know how in all these like fucked up cartoons or TV shows or movies where like after the happy ever after, like maybe they're flying away into the sunset and then some weird like lightning strikes. Do you get that kind of thing? Like it's supposed to be a happy ending and then something strikes the bird flying away. You get that kind of thing, and then it dies and then it ends. You get that kind of thing. That's how it seems to me with this news. Like he had lived such a great life and he was like flying into the sunset, into his new career, like new life he was about to build for himself, and then you know like that
Everything just ends.
it just ended. That was supposed to be the happily ever after with his daughter and everything, and it just ended.
Also, I feel like it's very, very reflective. His death is also very, very reflective in that it kind of makes you want to focus on the things that really matter to you. Mm-hmm. To you, because you know that you really do. You think you have. I think that is what we humans always assume. We have time. We really don't. So the little time that you have, make it count. Mm-hmm. Don't just be wasting time and doing nothing and thinking you have tomorrow or the day after that. Because you don't. You really don't.
And you should know.
And you can,
coming from having health issues to now being like super healthy as can be, and like now there's so many things you want to do that you could not do before. You just want to spend that energy.
Yeah.
So
and I do have times that I just want to lie down in bed and do nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Of course.
But yeah, it makes you want to do things that actually matter. If that thing that you're doing doesn't fulfill you, change it. Change it. Do something else. Spend time with the people that you actually care about.
Yeah.
Why do you have too many friends? That you're just like, why? Why do you have too many friends if these are the only few people in that friends? These are the only few people that care about you and that you care about.
Yeah.
Why are you having this extra load? What are you going to do with it? Like, it makes you think really
Yeah.
about life and in general, basically.
No, he was class. So what would you call this chapter of your life right now?
Well, chapter of my life. Let's see. This 2020 January has been a whole year for me. It's been so chaotic. It hasn't ended. I need it to end so that February can start, so that I know what my year is going to look like or feel like. But for last year, it was growth. It was massive growth. 2019. I think for this one, it's going to be, I don't know. I don't know. I think that is the beauty in finding. I want to find out too. I'm curious.
One of my things I did was New Year, new underwear. So I changed all my underwear.
What?
I just brand new, man. I just felt like, you know what? Fuck. I went to the store and I saw like underwear. I'm like, you know, this stuff looks comfortable. You know, I should.
Change all your underwear.
I just threw the rest out and replaced it with
New underwear.
brand new boxers, briefs, singlets. Huh?
Anyway, you just said new boxes. I don't know.
New year, new underwear. Okay, no boxes. New year, new underwear. You gotta say it right.
Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, although I want to focus a lot on YouTube this year, I think YouTube and podcast, because podcast, I don't know. It's easy. It's very, very easy, and at the same time, very, very negligible. I neglect it. Wow. I forget it. I completely forget that I should put out another episode. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I neglect it.
Why?
It's easy. Jigget, it's very, very, for me, I don't know. I find it very, very easy because I could just put in my AirPods and just record an episode.
Yeah.
And post it. And it's just, and upload it. It's that simple.
Yeah.
But then, always forget.
You know, here's the thing. I think
Always forget.
You know why you forget? Because you haven't like started to see the results.
I don't even know how to. You know, I was going to actually have you check it out. I don't know how to do I don't know how to do the whole monetization thing or put it. You know, you told me, but I forgot.
Forget even monetization. Like,
what result are you talking
results about? In terms of, you know, listens, feedback.
Yeah, but actually I have feedbacks on that from my people. A few people listen. I think the one that has the most, this is very, very weird. The one that has the most listen is the podcast that I said, that I titled, I'm tired of showering.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's a really bizarre podcast. And it has a lot of listen. But yeah, a few listens anyway. It's not a lot of listen. But I get messages because I don't know, you can't message somebody on podcast. So they send me messages on Instagram.
Yeah.
And a few podcast review, and they're telling me how my podcast is really, they're looking forward to another episode. I'm like, wait, really? Podcast? I forget. I have barely anybody on podcast. I thought it's just my mom and maybe my dad.
On your podcast?
Because they have to listen and support me, right? So
they listen?
Yeah, my mom and my dad, they watch everything I do, especially on YouTube. I think if nobody watches my YouTube, they won't watch my YouTube.
Oh, that's nice.
So I think I was thinking the only I have pity listens, and that's my mom and my dad.
Maybe that's
on
why.
podcast.
Maybe that's why.
That's what I thought. But when I got that message, I was like, oh, okay, that's all right. Yeah. I might put in and work.
You know, but podcasts are growing. They're becoming like I've gotten, like the client that I'm working with today. Mm-hmm. She found me off my podcast.
Yeah.
And she found me off my podcast because one of the things I did there was I promoted my work. So like one of the ads there is, you know, Able Creative and what we do and everything. So after listening, she sent me a DM like, I would like to, you know, work with you. And it's happened like 7 times.
Wow.
7 different, yeah. So that encourages me to, now, apart from the feedback, but just the fact that there's
Yeah.
returns and that kind of thing. So it's just really the work you put into it. So
And
like
you put in a lot of work. You're very, very consistent, honestly.
a lot of work.
Yeah.
Getting Sushi to sponsor it, like that also helped
Yeah.
it grow. You get like all those little things we were doing where it was very, very immense. I don't even know, but like it's crazy how such collaborations help the podcast. And so I feel like right now, as more people are going towards entertainment and education platforms that allow them to do more while they're consuming. You can listen to a podcast and do dishes, do laundry, jog, swim, or work out.
Whatever, yeah, you can do
You get-
anything.
But with YouTube, you have to be looking, you have to be paying attention.
You have to be paying attention.
Yeah.
But podcast is more passive. You can do whatever you want to do when
Exactly.
you're listening to a podcast.
And then the best part is that because things like Instagram and YouTube have like time limits for how long you can
Yeah.
do, podcasts give you the opportunity to go as deep into a topic or subject for any amount of time. You can have a 2-hour podcast if you wanted to. And people will listen. I have an episode that's 1 hour, 30 minutes with Aisha Shoaib. People listen to the goddamn end. I had in my first season, one of the feedback I got was, it's too short. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because it's a podcast, people want to continue to listen. It's listening.
Yeah, it's listening.
I want to know I want to know the whole story. I want everything. I want everything. I hold the whole story.
Yeah. So you should definitely like put more work into it, because now what's gonna happen is, in addition to your YouTube, you get to build an audience around people who consume only podcasts. There are people who just listen to podcasts. They don't do YouTube and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
And
at some point I was one of those people
Mm-hmm.
because it was just a lot easier to just listen to podcasts, and I got lazy. I wasn't checking out post content on YouTube, or I wasn't really doing many
Exactly.
things.
So really and I think this maybe like your first few episodes for me was like that. So I wasn't very consistent. But when I finally realized what I wanted to talk about, like when I got the young good idea, like, why am I just calling myself young on Instagram? Let me make a podcast around the idea.
Yeah.
And then I now knew, okay, this is something that I wanted to put in energy and time. And I'm already busy, but I was like, you know what? And this goes back to the Kobe mentality. Kobe believed that, you shouldn't just be one thing. You shouldn't just, because he was a full-time basketballer, and then as he finished, he was about to become, like, he was already an author. He's written like children's books. A coach. You get, he had created a short film and won an Oscar. You get that kind of thing. He was showing that you can win at every aspect of your life if you wanted to.
But that is true, though. That is very true. I genuinely believe that whatever you put in 100% in it, you are going to succeed. Because it's just that's just how life works.
Yeah. So I put a plan together. I put out, I just said, okay, how am I going to do this? Let's be strategic. Let's not just put out stuff because we can. Like, how do we make sure it gets the impact? I record and edit all my stuff myself. You get what I'm saying? And it takes time, but I found it really, really fun. Listening, back to how I sound, people's emotions when they're speaking to me, things I learned. Like, imagine people think, like, when you're listening back to your conversations you've recorded, right? And as not just as someone who's editing, but as someone who's like actively listening, you start to like, oh, this is what this person said. That's deep. Oh my God. Like, I didn't get it then, but I get it now. And you're learning as you're editing, and you're, mastering yourself. This is how I sound. This is what I do. And then you become better through the process of editing and working on the stuff. And it's now affected my life in so many ways, because I made new friends from it. Like, I got to have someone, I'm friends with someone who was on the Forbes list. I take that very, very personal. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
he said, I think that it's something to take very personally.
I take it very personally, because when he was announced on the Forbes list and he came on the show to talk about that, like, I didn't know the guy from anywhere until he got on the Forbes list. And then his friend called me and was like, Rodney, I have a friend who just made the Forbes list. I think you should talk to this guy. He's dope. And I did. You get, and the Forbes community listened to the podcast because he would share it. He would talk about that episode he did. So other Forbes people would like listen, and they would like send feedback. And then I met another Forbes guy who was going to come on in season 3. You get, like, it just expanded. So I feel like you should really, really like, it's opened doors for me. And you can really do the same for your, like on a personal, professional level if you really wanted it to. So
Yeah.
consider it, even if it means starting afresh and like, okay, I've had fun talking about showers and not showering. I've had fun talking about some random shit. What do I want to really like I want to like put everything into a proper system and format that will go far, go long. Think
Yeah,
about it.
I think so. I will, but I still want to make it very personal. I want it to be a personal thing.
Yeah. Personal is good.
I want to make it a personal thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying you can keep it personal, but then still have like a system to it, like
Yeah.
a method to it, so you can keep putting out something every week. So it really, really like changed me. I became a better listener because what I found was that to have these kind of conversations that people love to hear and will come back to, I had to like really be able to listen to people as they're talking and then know how to like really like flow with them properly. Like none of those like weird conversations that's like disjointed and like someone was trying to like talk over the other person or, not let the other person complete their thought process. Like I became really, really like in tune with some shit. So there are things that you can really like hone in on to make your show special. And that's what I'm trying to do at that workshop, to just see and everything all together to make money. So now once you have all of that down, you can now start to make money.
Yeah.
There's no reason why all these clients you have, you tell them, why don't you come and sponsor my podcast? Do you get? Like, pay me and I'll put, I have an audience. I will chuck your shit in there somewhere and people will hear.
I wouldn't say that. But okay.
Yeah. So what are you passionate about these days?
I'm glad you said these days, because passion it's not something that is just today. I'm always going to be passionate about. What am I passionate about? Self-love and self-awareness. Yes, I think I just finished lunch with somebody that won a giveaway on my show. On my not show, I say show like Instagram is a show.
I want to win a giveaway. Sadiya, like just rig the system and just say Rodney win something.
So the person gets to have lunch and
with you.
Yeah, with me, and then also the person that is doing the giveaway would give them money also. So it's money and also a lunch. But in this lunch, it's not just a lunch where you eat food and go. No, you can talk to me about anything.
Yeah.
So as this year has been just me, I just want to focus. I'm very passionate about self-love and self-awareness. We talked for hours. Because I was supposed to be here earlier, and I told you I was going to call you before when I did. So, I was telling her, I was like, I'm passionate about self-love because I know what it feels like to not love yourself. I've been there. I've been there. So, and I wasn't even aware that I didn't love myself. So that is kind of where self-awareness comes in, right? So I didn't know that I didn't love myself. I just, looking back now in retrospect, I know that shit wasn't love. It really wasn't. I could give a shit about myself at all. All I cared about was what other people thought. What would make this particular person happy. I don't even think about myself, right? But whilst you are doing all of this, you don't actually think about yourself. Everybody is happy. You're making everybody good. Everything is good. But are you really good? Because, the question is, you have not asked yourself if you're good. You're asking yourself what other people will think and what they would love. So, yeah.
We thank God for growth.
I know, man. We thank God for growth.
Yeah. You're such, and I said it to you a lot. I've said it a lot of times. You are such, like, you have so much potential. I'm sure you know that already.
I hear it a lot, but that is true. I believe that is true. I completely believe it's true, because I say this. I have experienced a lot of things in the little time that I have lived, which makes me older than I am naturally. Because age is not about number. It's never about number. It's all the things that you've experienced in life. So my traumas kind of fastened my growth.
Right.
Do you get? So of course I would have more potential as opposed to somebody that is exactly my age.
Yeah.
And I'm also a creative,
Yeah.
so it kind of gives me a leg up there too. So yeah.
What traumas have you experienced?
What traumas? Okay, let's start with this. I have been sick since I was in preschool. My first surgery. My first two surgeries were in nursery school. That was when I had my first two surgeries. My third one was in primary 4 when I had I'm this person that doesn't like to bother anybody else. So I would have this constant pains and everything. I would throw up, but I wouldn't tell my parents and everything. So when I was playing in the playground, my appendix ruptured on the playground.
Oh, snap.
I'd gotten so big that it ruptured, so I had to go in for emergency surgery. But it was an appendectomy, so that was another surgery. I was in primary 4. And then my kidneys came up in secondary school. And then there's this nasopharyngeal tumor that just went away in 2019, middle of 2019. I had amnesia, retro amnesia twice. I was half paralyzed. So, I mean, I also was in a physically abusive relationship. So, yeah, just the regular day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had your last surgery last year.
Yes, last year.
And now you're out here shining.
I like to think so. I like to think so.
Fresh skin.
No, my skin has always looked this good. It's not me, it's my dad and my mom.
Okay.
It's good genes. Even when I'm suffering, you wouldn't know.
I thought you said, you know what I thought you said for a second? I thought you said it's good D.
You're going to take this out of what the hell, man? I said it's good genes. Why would your head go down? Oh, jeez. Anyway, that is not what I said. Definitely.
Yeah, just clarify it for the people, huh?
Yeah.
Let them not think things.
Exactly.
Are you worried or concerned that you could relapse health-wise? Does that ever cross your mind?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Having been sick for so long and then now you're healthy.
You would have it.
And you're like,
it almost. It's constant. It's at the back of your mind. You always think about it. What if something happens tomorrow? What if you go to the doctors to get an MRI done and then you realize, oh shit, yeah, my tumor is back. Type situation.
Tumor?
Yeah. It's an nasopharyngeal tumor.
In your brain?
Yeah. In my head. It's a nasopharyngeal tumor. So yeah, that's how it works.
You had a tumor in your head.
Yes.
My God. Did you ever see it?
Yeah, in scans.
When they remove it, they never showed you what it looked like.
No.
Oh, I would like to see the shit if it was me. Oh man, a tumor. Oh my God.
It's not that big a deal.
It's not that big a deal. See your head.
I think I only started to care about living. Actually, when? I want to say last year or 2 years ago. Yeah. Because all these other times, I mean, there are times I just wanted to die. All I wanted, because I was sitting in a hospital bed for months on end and just sitting there. All I wanted was for it to all be over so that I could die. That was all. There was nothing. I wouldn't even say. I really wouldn't say I'm passionate, because there are times that people will ask me,
I mean,
what are you looking forward to?
I mean, now that everything's over, you're passionate about life. That's what I meant.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
It kind of is. I am. And I'm also very, very passionate about mental health.
I always say to someone, I said one time that a near-death experience is like the best thing anyone could ever have.
Actually, that is completely untrue.
I'm telling you, it's like what happens when you almost die but you don't. It gives you perspective. It gives you you finally realize firsthand that life is short. I could go anytime and you almost went. Now you're like, shit, I gotta live better. I gotta live. That
is maybe like an accident type situation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
An accident. But a long-time illness, it's not like that at all. It's really, there's a major difference.
Well, it's different, but I think it's similar in that.
Because you get near-death experience almost on a regular. You're like, okay, so when is it going to happen?
Yeah.
Just come.
Yeah.
Because there was time that death was the only thing that I was looking forward to.
Shit.
Yeah. So no.
Did you ever
it's
try
not
to
the
kill
same.
yourself?
Yeah, actually, I did.
You didn't succeed.
I did not succeed.
Failure. You failed.
I failed. I did fail. But yeah, I just don't talk about that at all. I don't talk about that at all.
Why not?
I think I'm not there yet. I'm not there
Ready
yet.
to talk about
Yes.
almost killing yourself?
Yes. That particular part.
If there ever was a time to talk about it, it's on the Young God podcast.
No, I don't think so. Not yet.
You've come to this period in your life when you're healthier than you've ever been.
Yes,
So-
that is true.
So that makes you like want to take advantage of that, right? Like to live, to do more, to do the most, to slay, to put on that makeup every time with energy and
Actually, I don't put makeup on.
come on, dude. What are you talking about?
I don't put
I've
on
seen you
makeup.
I've seen you with makeup on Twitter. What are you talking about? No.
You see me on. Oh, that was a few days ago. It was for a shoot. I didn't put it on. Somebody put it on for me. But no, I don't put on makeup. I haven't put on makeup in a year.
Okay.
Yeah. I just don't. I don't have the time. I like it when people do it. It's just I don't have the time to do it. It's very stressful, and quite frankly, I don't need it.
Oh my god. Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
oh my
I'm
god.
sorry. I'm sorry. Guys, please. I'm regularly. I'm not like this on a regular day.
Why are you apologizing for who? To what? Girl, please. Tell them.
Oh dear Lord.
Tell them self-love in this bitch. What are you talking about? Shit. Whenever I'm talking to a babe and she's like acting fresh, I'll be like, you do know I don't wear makeup, right? You do know. I said to a babe, like, you do know I don't wear makeup, right? Like, as per, you don't get to be fronting right now. Like, do you get what I'm saying? I don't. You don't.
I understand what you're saying, but I also do believe that you're too into your looks. So that is why I'm not affirming what you're saying. Chica, I do.
Do you know the funny thing is you're probably more into your looks than I am.
Actually, I'm not into my looks. I just like to say these things because you know what? It ticks people off.
Exactly.
And it makes me happy that it ticks people off.
And that's the same for me, you know? Like,
See, we have very limited time to live. Let's tick people off.
you know? And for me, it's like, I've been handsome my entire life.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. It's not easy at all.
It's not.
It's not because,
You've been through so much.
you know?
I know.
And I've gotten, I've got.
It's not easy. It's not easy with this pretty. It's not easy with this pretty.
It's not. And then people talk about like pretty privilege. And then,
Pretty people privilege.
yeah, and people don't understand that there's a flip side to that being pretty comes with like responsibility, comes with like pressure. Yeah, because half the time you're trying not to like, draw attention to it. And then people notice it. And then any small thing, people think that you're full of yourself or anything. It's like,
Really?
yeah, it's like, no, don't you get it? You don't get that?
I mean, I'm not that pretty. I think that is what the problem is. I'm not high up there. So I wouldn't get that. I think that is what the problem is.
She's capping. She's like a mermaid up in here. Don't let this girl lie to you. Don't see her teeth shining.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But yeah, but being pretty is a blessing. It definitely helps. Like, it's not even like I won't even like say, oh, it's nothing. It's nice. But it's also like, you also realize that it's luck of the draw. You had nothing to do with it.
Nothing, absolutely.
You just woke up and your nose is sexy. You get what I'm saying? Your eyebrows are on fleek. As per, I'm talking about me. I don't know about you. What?
Okay, I'm talking about you here.
Yeah, I don't know which of your features you like.
Okay.
Now I'm talking about my features. My nose. And it's like, it's cool and all, but I didn't have anything to do with it. So what I like to focus on is on the things that I got myself. Like being able to, be a better person, have like know a lot about different things, do things in the world that have impact and make sense, following through my goals that I didn't think I could do. You get that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. That to me is where my strength comes from. But when I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, and also that is cool too. Man, nigga, keep it up. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not like a slay queen where they base most of their self-worth on how they look. Because let me tell you what happens.
I think that's a stereotype though.
It's not it's a generalization, yeah, but it's not a stereotype.
I think it's very, very stereotypical. I really think it's
To say
very,
that
very stereotypical.
that Muslim
That
queens,
no, they base everything on their looks.
not everyone, but you can tell. I personally can tell. I know people that I can see it on a person. Those people that their looks are like they're first and foremost to them. I know it's not everyone that is pretty, that is slick, or whatever, but I'm just giving an example. So I always say to myself that if some freak accident happened and I lost my looks, would I be okay? Would I be fine? Would my world change? And I realized that, fuck yes, like I'm over it. Like I know it. If you mention it, I'll be like, oh yeah, goddamn yeah. But it's not like the thing that drives who I am. People think it because I'm always like on social media, on my story. You see my story sometimes now. You know what the kind of shit I put up sometimes. But it's just, fuck man, I got it, why not? Do you get what I'm saying? But not that it's, hey.
Totality of who.
No, it's not. Oh my God, it's like number 9 on my list of things I love about myself.
Okay.
You get? Especially because there's some days where you just have these massive visits. So because of that massive visits, you not be who you are again. You get? So what's the most fulfilling part about what you do?
Most fulfilling part about what I do. So, basically PR. Most fulfilling part about it is, I think, seeing the face of my clients when I give them an idea. And that idea comes to fruition. And it's all that I imagined it to be. And they see it for themselves. And the thing is, I'm 23. Okay? I'm 23 years old. So I have a lot of people see me with my age if I tell them my age. Right? So if I give them an idea, they kind of sort of doubt me, especially if you've never worked with me before, which is okay. Because I mean, I get that. I get I'm young, right? So that look on your face that, oh, wow, she knows what she's talking about. That look is all that I live for. Okay, part of things I live for. But I also love coming up with it. I come up with ideas when I'm going to bed. All the time. It never happens when I'm awake. It's like when I'm trying to sleep, I'll think about, I naturally think about almost all my clients. And I'll think about new ideas. And I'll tell them these ideas in the morning time, or text them, or email them or if we're very close, text them. And most of, 2 out of 3 times, 2 out of 3 times, the ideas actually are very, very good ideas, and they're they're things that will bring, what are they calling it? They will sell their product well, they will market their product well, and they'll get returns more than they expect.
So what issues are bothering you these days? Like what in the world is bothering you that you just...
What in the world is bothering me? I honestly feel like they're very, very small problems.
What about social issues?
Like what?
Like,
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot better than actually my personal problems. Social issues. I think tribalism. It has always been something that bothered me. Yeah, tribalism.
Tribalism.
Yeah.
What about it? Do you experience tribalism in your life?
Yeah,
On a normal
everybody
day?
experiences it. I feel like we just don't talk about it because we are Nigerians. That is what we do. We play ostrich with problems and not solve them. So everybody experiences it. The only difference between I and a lot of people is that I actually see the problem and talk about it.
So tell me about it. What's it to you?
I travel to Lagos or any of these places, and the moment I am actually covered up, or I put on my abaya or something, and I'm going around, or even I don't even actually have to do any of that. I could just be putting on my regular head and my scarf. They would just naturally assume that I can't speak English, and they would speak Hausa to me. They would struggle to speak Hausa to me, and they would refer to me as Aboki. And they refer to me as Aboki, and they make jokes about it in a way that is offensive, because no, you're not saying Aboki because you think Aboki is a friend. You're saying Aboki because I am Hausa, and this is where I'm from, and that is the only reason you're saying this. That aside, this whole Biafra thing kind of divided very prominently Hausa and the Igbo people. And the thing is, everybody suffered in this war, in the war, but they suffered the most. And they're not talking about it, people not talking about it or acknowledging it. Just because somebody talks about their own experience doesn't reduce from your own experience. Because the Igbo people really did, they went through shit, right? But the inability to talk about it, or being triggered, or being saying, "Oh, shut up," it's been so long, or you're not even being affected by it. Actually, it's a generational thing. It's a generational anger. It's a generational thing that they're not being healed from, and being denied the right to talk about it. So I think we need to start talking about these things so that we could, heal as in whole. And then also, this is why I don't like talking about these things, because I have problems with the entire state of Nigeria, i.e., our president. That is the new travel blogger.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. He's really outdoing all the travel bloggers.
He's living his best life.
Living his best life,
Going
man.
around the world.
Having Buhari as president is like taking Agwalima. Do you know Agwalima?
Yes.
You know Agwalima? Right?
Yes.
It's like that.
How?
So Agwalima is naturally a gambler's fruit. It's something that you long for. You think it's going to be sweet. But then when you open it, like 9 times out of 10, it is bitter and sour.
Yes.
So we all longed for Buhari to be this, kind, sweet change that is. But look what we have. He's basically Agwalima.
That's a nice analogy.
I know. I'm
Agwalima president.
Agwalima president. That is who he is. The new travel blogger.
I like that. I'm gonna use that shit. Have you seen Agbalimo today?
Huh?
Have you seen Agbalimo today?
No.
You've not seen it? I'm talking about Buhari.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, you've started using it already.
Did you hear what Agbalimo said today? What's Agbalimo doing about this thing? Sour ass motherfucker. Yeah.
No, man. That guy, no. Yeah. He is one of the most ignorant people I've ever had the pleasure of witnessing.
Wow. And a lot of ignorant people out there.
Oh my God, there are a lot of ignorant people. Like Buhari's audacity, like it just keeps increasing by the day. I keep referring to this incident of these Zamfara people. These people, they were killings going on, massacres in Zamfara, like daily. He didn't talk about it at all. He didn't say anything. Nobody said anything about the Zamfara. He didn't go. There was no state of emergency being declared. Nothing happened. You didn't do anything as a president when massacre has been done in one of your states. Yet you had the audacity to go and campaign in Zamfara state and leave immediately. He lasted for less than 20 minutes, left, campaigned, and didn't even address the issue that they were going through, and he left. And didn't talk about their plight until much, much, much later after he'd won. Can you imagine? I sometimes wonder, is it madness? Is it drugs? Like, what is going on?
I think it's one of the things where he's the average northern man. And you know how the average northern man is?
What is the average northern man?
The average northern man, the way they see the world, the way they handle things. And based on how our president talks, the way he behaves, you can tell he's the average northern guy.
I don't want to say the average northern man. I want to say that I feel like most men from all tribes are deeply, deeply misogynistic and highly patriarchal in that regard. But also, what northern men have is they have this attitude of pretending as if problems don't exist, as though it will go away.
Yeah.
Though it's a problem for a lot of people, but for northern men, it's like, and they do gaslighting, because I think like this is what Buhari did with Zamfara. It's like, no, this is not happening, because you see it, but he doesn't even talk about it. He doesn't even acknowledge it, right? So I feel like yes, there is that particular thing. Yes, northern men do have that particular side of neglect and just no, we're not seeing what's going on. We don't see it. if it's not happening to me personally, it's not happening to my immediate family, no, it's not happening at all. There is that. But speaking of misogyny and patriarchy, it's all men. From everywhere.
Man.
So.
Yeah. Well, we have him for another 3 years.
Why did you remind me that? We do have him for another 3 years.
So we have to just manage, man. And Nigerians do that better than anybody else. We can manage for Adam and for Eve. We can manage situations. But I think Nigeria cannot handle another bad president. Like, after Buhari, if we don't get it right, it's just going to go down. Like, if the guy who gets on that seat next does not, like, do his best to, first of all, bring the country together, more than anything, we're in trouble because we've been, it's like let's say a person, you go into bad relationship after bad relationship, and it kills you every day with every experience. It's not getting better. One day you just break down and react in a way that you get. It will just destroy you, and
Nigeria sure has been through a lot of bad relationships.
A lot. So we can't like I feel like Buhari has like done the worst, like from the way the economy went down and the way life got harder for a lot of different people and the way shit just like every day a new scandal, a new tragedy, and it's not being handled well. Like all these little things, they've added up and we're so frustrated.
And it's a colossal mess.
Yeah.
There's no reframing that. He's deeply bad. It's tragically, he gets worse by the day, so it's sad. It's really, really sad.
So we just gotta, what we can do right now is, and I hate to use the word hope. Hope is one of my, I don't like to hope for things, especially if I can control it, but I can't control this. So I have to just say, I hope we get it right. Even if just a little bit, even if just like a 1% movement in the right direction. I think we'll all appreciate it, because if we have another like crap, I don't care where he's from. You get, if he just happens to be a bad leader who just either gets worse than what we currently have, all of us that have passports will have to start to activate it. You get kind of like, it's going to be crazy. People will not take it, and the country is hurting everywhere. You get, so fingers crossed, man. In the meantime, you just gotta do you, try and like get yourself in order, have the things around you that matter, hold them tight. Anything can just pop off, and so name your cafe after that K, however you want to do it. You come back to it again. Like, the universe brought us here to talk about that for a reason.
Kobe.
Yeah. So Sadiya, it's been great. We've been talking for like over 2 hours now.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh
Yeah.
wow, we actually have been talking for over 2 hours, haven't we?
Yeah, and it's been great. We've been wanting to do this for a long time.
For a long time.
And finally,
Yeah.
we did it. We're here, and thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
I wish you all the best. I just feel like you're in a position to do a lot of great things, and you gotta do it no matter what. No matter what. Do you understand what I'm saying? Be a god out here, man. Like that's what we need more than anything. We need more people who are like doing the most.
I'm not comfortable with God.
Huh?
I'm not comfortable with that. And I told you. We've had this conversation.
I don't care.
We've had this conversation too many times.
I don't care if you're comfortable or not with it. Doesn't matter what that means to you. All I'm saying is that you know what it means.
Yeah, I know.
Just do the most, because in the end, that's where true joy comes from, man. Thank you again, Sadiya. Plug your shit.
Yeah, so my YouTube name is Sadiya Taheer. My everything is Sadiya Taheer, to be honest.
Spell it.
Sadiya Taheer, SADYTAHEER.
Give me your Instagram.
Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. However, my podcast is Coffee with Sadiya Taheer.
Coffee with Sadiya Taheer.
Yeah.
Why is it coffee? Do you drink coffee while you're making these things? No, you do not.
Actually, I drink coffee. It's bad for me.
Do you drink the coffee while you're recording? No, you don't. I don't think so.
But I love it. I love the name.
You love the name.
Yeah, so.
Make it a coffee with a K.
I don't know.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much, guys, for listening, and bye.